moving forward where, you know, these clutch moments start working in their favor, especially against these upper echelon teams?
Yeah, no, I think it's a great point, and it's kind of what some of our younger guys need. You know, like I thought Coby had an exceptional second half. I thought he was great, you know, especially with the way they were playing him defensively. They put a core on him. They were really physical with him, and he was trying to find his spot, find a little bit of a rhythm. But I give him credit. He really course-corrected the half and came out and played a great game. But, like, at the end, there's just, like, these little things there. Some of these guys are going to have to go through it. And I think it was good that some of those guys were in that situation. You know, DeMar's been in them a ton, you know, but I think even though I wasn't in there, he'd been in some of them. But I think Coby being in some of these situations, you know, being kind of another guy would go along with DeMar, they need that. You know, we got to figure that part out and try to get better in some of those things. I think, you know, the unfortunate part was we had that foul that put them up one, you know, and then we kind of came down and, you know, we had a chance to take the lead. We had that turnover. You know, you like to just get a shot up at the basket. I liked what we were doing. We were moving the ball. We had good action. We just didn't execute it very well. You know, and then from there, they kind of had control. So it was like, did a pretty good job. You know, we got to the free throw lines. Coby did for free throws. I thought he got a pretty good look late. You know, consider it was 4 seconds. We had to take a three.
On that last shot.
Yeah, but I think we got to be in some of these moments, you know, in order to kind of just before you're going to expect guys just to capitalize on them. And but I think, you know, for a guy like Coby, he can really, really grow from it. And I'm not putting it all saying that play, a lot of things could have happened, but I think some of these guys being in these moments are important for them.
You guys did a better job limiting them on the boards as they didn't have second chance points with the points off turnovers, really.
Yeah, you know, I thought one of the things was a problem is I think that was one of the things I think we can get better at. Like, I really felt like the physicality of this game, the physicality of Orlando, the physicality of Minnesota, you know, there's been some games we've been in here of late that give you like a playoff feel of physicality, you know, and, you know, generally the teams that are high up in the standings generally have that. And I thought the physicality by them forced us into some turnovers. We missed some screens. I thought our ball handlers got a little bit rushed and sped up. And to your point, like, the big lineup probably helped us on the backboard, but we could have done a better job taking care of the ball.
Billy, I'm sorry, Julie, go ahead.
On the turnovers, you mentioned physicality. What do you think? Do you think it's just that has changed in the last 15, 20 games or so? You guys were taking care of the ball so well at the start of the season. Do you think it's just that, or is it something else?
No, I think some of it, and today I thought it was. You know, I think it's been different things during different games. You know, some of it's been our passing, you know, and I think it's one of the things we've really tried to focus on, because I think there are times when we're not turning the ball over, but the passing to one another, especially when guys are open, we're taking guys out of shots. I thought, and some of it's decision making, you know, quite honestly, we've made some poor decisions. And then there were some where we kind of, you know, got caught into some situations. Like, I thought Isle really got in the teeth of the defense. There were some opportunities around the basket, but that wasn't the right, you know, the next guy was open. We had, and again, they're bang, bang plays. They happen quickly. And, you know, we could have been better in that situation.
When Coby shoots that last shot, and as many big shots as he seems to now be putting on the resume, in your mind, you're like, he's making that? I mean, are you to that point with him when he shoots that how that's going in?
Yeah. I think the one thing, Joe, I just look at it in terms of our players. You know, you want to have, I think, things at the end of the game where it's like you don't know a lot of times how they're going to defend you. So if you just have one option and that option gets taken away, then it's like, okay, now what do we do? You know, and so you want to inside. It's 4.5 seconds. It's not like you can have a lot of options, but you can have like a couple quick things. And I put him in the first option, and I put him in the first. I put him in the first option on purpose, because I think that for our team, DeMar's been great. He's an unbelievable closer, but there's going to be times they're going to double team him. There's going to be times they're going to trap him. There's going to be some times they may put a lot of length and size. They may deny him. They may prevent him from getting the ball, and he's not going to always be the guy to save the day. And we're going to have different guys step up in different moments. So I got a lot of confidence in Coby and a lot of belief in Coby, and I think he needs to be in those moments. I even think, like, the last play, we were down by one, that transition play. I know him. He's going to learn from that and grow from it, and he's going to get better from it. And it's good that he was in that situation. You know, it's even
Vooch, that one?
The one that went out of bounds to pass to Vooch. But you know what he did? We had worked on this coming out of I forget what game it was on this road trip. It may have been the Orlando game, I think. But like we worked on some of this guard-to-guard screening action, and he did a great job. He came up one time and he slipped out and he got himself a 3, and the next time he came into it and he got fouled. And he scored 5 points for us. So there were some things he did well. You know, when we were down by 3, we needed a 3. He did it. But you know, those moments of what I said, like the carelessness, the passing, some of that stuff, we can learn from, we can get better from. But you're right. At the end of the day, the W's not on the board. It's an L. And, you know, a month from now, no one's going to really, they lost to Cleveland, but no one's going to remember the game, what happened. But we've got to learn, and they're fighting, they're competing, they're battling. And listen, I think, like, not just us, probably everybody in the league, guys are tired and banged up this time of year, and there's no excuse. I thought our guys came in here. We didn't take the approach of like, hey, the planes have left Cleveland. We're already on a week vacation. You know, they lined up and competed tonight. I think we can get better at some of this detail stuff.
Billy, when you got the technical, what happened with you and Strus?
Well, I thought that he was telling the official, "Can you let him talk like that?" And I just kind of said something back to him, and he said something back to me. It was fine.
Competitive. You're fired up.
Yeah.
I saw the ref kind of warn you. Did you think you might get a second technical? Because you kept arguing after that timeout.
I don't know. I usually have a pretty good idea of where I'm pressed up against the line. Like I knew I probably was going to get one there, and I was yelling. And I did deserve the technical foul. You know, he obviously, said some things to the official. And it's fine. We're all battling, it's just, it is. I got a lot of respect for Max, and I didn't get a chance to know him too well when he was in Chicago with the G League, but always respected his work ethic. I think at that time he was coming off an ACL and stuff. And, I obviously, coming out of the timeout, I told him, I said, listen, I shouldn't have said that to you. I mean, I'm fine saying that. So, I was just, to your point, was in the heat of the moment. And, I felt like he was trying to bait the official a little bit, and that's fine. And it's all part of it and stuff. So I got a lot of respect for him and got a lot of respect for JB and their team.
You guys are obviously entering the break now. You're 3 under. What do you want to kind of see you guys do coming out initially in those practices and the Celtics game and then onward? Where do you want to see your team grow?
I think we need a little bit of time, potentially with the big lineup. We kind of got forced into that with some of the injuries. I think we got to kind of clean that up some. I think what Julia talked about, I think the passing and the turnovers has got to be a little better. And then I think just execution, just the execution. It's like there's so many habits that you got to keep building over a period of time. The habits of passing, rebounding, and sometimes think, oh, you get it, and we do a good one. We got to keep doing it. So I think habitually things on both ends of the floor we got to improve upon. Guys have done a good job, I think, getting better and improving. But I mean, that's what I'll probably do this, next 4 or 5 days is really try to evaluate. Okay, what are the numbers saying? What are the analytics saying? Where are we at? What are areas we got to get better in? What are the things we need to put our focus on that we can change in our control? And what are the things that, it's probably a waste of time, but there's certainly enough I think we can improve upon.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yep.